So we were talking about all the nutritional problems that they're taking all over the world, and we're not focusing only in the nutritional problems in Africa that we all know, the hunger and all the children.
But Diego, in order for our public to understand what we are talking about, we first have to ask ourselves, what are we eating? And in order to answer this question, we have to see a more specific one, a more specific topic.
We will talk about biomolecules.
What are they? How do they work? And their main classifications.
So, first of all, biomolecules are all these substances our body uses, and some of them are built to form all the body processes. And one of the most important ones, well, there are four main groups that are carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. But I think one of the most interesting and most important ones are carbohydrates.
Can you explain a little bit more about that?
We're going to show you a video about the
biomolecules.
Proteins are composed of amino acids joined to form long chains. They are larger than molecules of sugar or salt. The amount of protein in animal organs is usually higher than that in the normal plasma. Higher percentage of proteins are found in those parts of the body with less water, and plants can synthesize amino acids that animals don't. As far as we know, every enzyme is made of proteins, and they are ones to control the body process.
So, nucleic acids, they are bipolymers and essential for all life forms. They are made of nucleotides, and each one has three components: a 5-carbon sugar, a phosphate group, and a nitrogenous base. Nucleic acids are the main information-carrying molecules of the cell, and they determine the inherited characteristics of every living thing. There are two types of nucleic acids: DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, and RNA, ribonucleic acid. Properties: denaturation. They are held together by hydrogen bonding interactions between the complementary base pairs. Heating DNA in solution easily breaks these hydrogen bonds, allowing the two strands to separate. Ultraviolet absorption. This absorption can be used as a measurement to determine whether the DNA is a single or double-stranded. The DNA is in double-stranded conformation. Absorption is fairly weak.
Carbohydrates, whereas starches and glycogen represent the energetic reserve of living things, most of them can be found in the cell walls of plants. They are generally available as immediate energy source and are essential for cell functions. Classification: monosaccharides. Most of them are found in fruits and honey. They can contain from 3 to 9 carbon atoms, but the most important consist of 5 or 6. Glucose, fructose, and galactose are isomers. Disaccharides: when two molecules of simple sugar are linked together. The most familiar sources of sucrose, which consist of one molecule of glucose and one molecule of fructose, are sugar beets and cane sugar. They are broken down into monosaccharides and used by living organisms. Oligosaccharides consist of 3 to 6 monosaccharide units. They are not frequently found in the natural sources. Polysaccharides represents most of the structural and energy reserves carbohydrates found in nature. Consist of as many as 10,000 monosaccharide units linked together.
Lipids. They are a large and diverse group of organic compounds that are related by their solubility in nonpolar organic solvents and in water. This group includes fats, oil, hormones, and certain components of membranes. Membranes function to separate individual cells from their environments and to compartmentalize the cell interior into structures that can carry out special functions. The function of membranes and the lipids that form them must have been essential to the origin of life itself.
The Mediterranean diet consumes 70% carbohydrates and the Oriental diet 67%. The protein in the Mediterranean diet is 27 and in the Oriental 23. The difference between these numbers is not so big. The difference comes in the things they eat. For example, the Mediterranean diet consumes a lot of olive oil, cheese, and meat, while the Oriental diet consumes more fish and different kinds of oil. Nowadays, food production is damaging the soil. It causes climate changes. It uses a lot of water and energy. 12% of the total land of the earth goes to agriculture, and it requires 70% of our clean water. It contributes to 13% percent of the greenhouse gases emissions.
Sustainable livestock requires that pasture-raised animals roam freely in their natural environment where they eat unpolluted grass with a greater amount of nutrients and other plants that their own bodies are adapted to digest. Letting the animals that we eat to have a natural life will help reduce the environmental damage, and besides we will obtain healthier products more than the ones that we obtain on factory farms. Sustainability in crop production is it's a way to grow or make food in an ecological and ethnical responsible manner. Sustainable crops farmers focus on ensuring that their farming practice won't deteriorate more the environment using less pesticides and commercial fertilizers. This practice focuses more on soil health. The healthier the soil is, better our products will be and will contain more nutrients rather than using tons of commercial fertilizers. Organic agriculture production maintains certain principles: biodiversity, ecological balance, sustainability, natural plant fertilization, natural pest management, and soil integrity.